And hello, everyone. Dwayne here, just your friendly neighborhood Bronze Life Master. Welcome back to the Radical Math. And today, a bridge commentary. The technically, it's really the first one on the channel. We have the misused conventions. Right now, we are working on episode 4, and that is your one no Trump structure, because that one is very deep. That may be a two-parter. So if you have not watched first, second, or third, you need to do that. It is good stuff. You are missing out, and your bridge is not as good as it could be. So today's bridge commentary actually is something that at the time of recording is ongoing right now. And that is the bridge brawl that is being put on by a group of bridge content creators. It's Bridge Base Online is the source of the games. And the basic premise is, I believe it's 9 teams that went out and they have a bridge content creator that basically is their captain. And their purpose is to form a team, and they play a round robin tournament of, I believe it's 8 board rounds against each other. So 8 matches, and then it goes into a knockout, and it's from what I'm looking at in the website, it's a double elimination is what it looks like. That's kind of how I'm interpreting this, but I'm not sure. But Bridge Brawl is basically it's 2 groups of 9 teams. So that would explain why it's not a double elimination. It's actually 2 separate competitions going on. And so they're using the 20-point VP scale from WBF. And from eyeballing it, it looks like it's 8 board Swiss style matches. And they have some specific quirks in terms of tie breaks involving, there's 2 board tie breaks, 2 board tie breaks. The gap has to be 7 or more imps, which I kind of scratched my head out a little bit at that. Then they talk about the beer card. As an aficionado of the beer card, I wholeheartedly approve. But I think that's one of the weaknesses is people want to know that the match is over and not hear the commentator say, oh, well, they only lost by 3. We're going to keep going. Their system and disclosure rules is all betting systems are legal. And the second item of note I would say is I don't necessarily agree with this. And here's why. Part of doing this type of format is going to be the fact that you want it to be accessible to the casual viewer, while a more serious viewer, a connoisseur of the game can go, oh, okay, they're playing Polish Club, And they just had this Adwaka sequence and responders showing 3 core support in a minimum by their read. Because the thing about the alert system on BBO is it goes to a point, but nothing more. And to be able to say everything's legal, well, what happens if you have a team of 4 or a team of 6, right? And you sit there and you go, yeah, we play a forcing pass system, or one club is, you have FERT bids where, one club or one diamond is like, I have 0 to 7. I think what would be better is, and I'm not familiar with the WBF classes anymore, but what I want to say it was class 2, where you had your green natural systems, you had your blue strong club systems, and then red was kind of like Polish club fell in the red. But you didn't have forcing pass systems, mosquito, stuff like that. So I think that's an area of improvement. Now, one of the really nice things about it is there's a prize pool that's being crowd funded. And BBO donated over 1,000 bridge-based dollars for interactive chat. So basically, chatters in the live stream on BBO, they can vote for things like best play, defense, beer card, bid. Commentators come up with some idea, they can do it. And so the fact that there's a prize pool, the fact that it's 15-minute delay, so that prevents impropriety. It's also very good. Now, a third thing that I want to bring up as a mild critique, and in general, I really like this idea. I think it hits the target demographic of the younger crowd very well. The bridge is accessible for most people. I will say this, I am 50 years old, and I will say this very candidly. If you watch this and you just hold your nose to it, you're not helping the game grow. Bridge really missed out on the COVID boom for a couple of pretty big reasons, which is really what it came down to is the organizational bodies didn't have the technical nous or the finger on the pulse to realize that streaming and content delivery was the way forward. And then you had hosting providers of online bridge gatekeeping. And so between the two, this wonderful game missed out bad. And so we're 5 years behind what chess was. So I like the idea. People need to get behind this idea. And understand the bridge that you're going to watch, at times it will be very good, but at times it will be inconsistent in both the bridge but also the commentary. There are times in the commentary I scratch my head and go, why would they say that? Followed by either, okay, if you bid X, you find out about Y. The double dummy play is this. You're going to have that. But they're trying. And that's the point I should be championed. So overall, with the Bridge Brawl, keep in mind that it's catering to the younger and the mid-age. I love the concept. I would, if this channel ever took off in terms of bridge, I would fully want to play this and get in the mix and things thereof. And otherwise, that's about it. So make sure you watch it. It's a good concept. It's 5 years late, but better late than never. So anyway, that's my thoughts. So let me know down below what you think. As always, take care of yourself, take care of one another. We'll see you next time.